little bit. Fathom, yeah.
Fathom,
but
not really.
No
I mean,
Coliseums, no plazas popping up here, no regret. So, going to be a fairly interesting series to see how this one plans out.
Yeah, if I was in Czech 6 shoes, I would be a little concerned, especially starting off game number 1, seeing how well Str8 Rippin played on Fathom CTF. Just that 3-0 on. Oh wait, yeah, it was that 3-0 in like 3 minutes. That comeback, or am I thinking of the era? That was era. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was
because I'm used to Str8 Rippin always being in the finals. That was Czech 6.
Czech 6 to era.
Czech 6.
So what you said, but
reversal.
Vice versa.
Yes. So Str8 Rippin should be concerned here in this game.
We knew what you meant, Dave.
You
they
give me some passes.
blend together. It starts getting a little bit hazy at times, but
dude, yeah, this has been a semi-brutal
played.
month as far as work and travel. Now that I start to add it up, it's like 3 weekends in a row been out here in Vegas.
Yep.
Then surprise, I might be out in Denver. We will find out at some point soon when we make an announcement. But there's a chance I might be out in Denver for a 4th weekend in a row, and then still got a little more traveling in the books, but. Adding up those freaking flyer miles still. I like it.
Get them while you can. And if you guys haven't, man, make sure that when you guys are traveling to these events, get your miles. Make sure you guys, it's free to sign up. This isn't a hashtag sponsored. This isn't a hashtag ad.
This is a life tip.
Yes, we have the pro tips and tricks. This is the pro tips and tricks Walshy edition, life edition.
Yeah, I forget. At one point, I was writing like a blog for it was like MLG back in the day or something, and at one point they're like, 5 tips for pro gamers or something. I was like, one of them I put like sign up for rewards programs. So it was like traveling and stuff. I was like, you have no idea how much gamers travel, and especially a lot of times too, if it's on a org's dime or even if it's on your own, you might as well get the most bang for your buck. This isn't like the bagel sort of deals where it's like, all right, yeah, I gotta go buy like 12 bagels and I get 1 free, no big whoop. Like, dude, freaking flyer miles are the real deal.
Got me going on food right now, man. No, I think it comes out to you get 10 to 15% of whatever's being spent too. So yeah, even though for example, even if your organization is paying for your flights to go out there, you could still redeem the points off of your flight, even though that you didn't pay for that flight.
Yep.
And the same works for even some hotels. Just depends on the hotel that you're doing. But yeah, that is definitely a big tip. And honestly, I think one of the other tips is you gotta take care of yourself, man, because at a certain point, it starts catching up to you. All the game, it starts catching up to you, whether it's just sitting down or just staring at the screen or just the eating habits where you just got to eat while you're gaming and all that type of stuff. That is definitely one big thing. So, take a moment, stretch it out a little bit, try to, get the blood flowing into certain areas that you may not. Let's get this one started.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we had to buy more time, at first I was about to bust out my frequent flyer card. I don't want to show this on stream just for the fact that it's...
it's true.
But I don't want people screwing my flights and my frequent flyer miles. But in short, Squared will vouch for me. This is just a little piece of paper that has about 20 different lines of...
The first time his girlfriend found that piece of paper, she was like, what are all these numbers? Who's American Airlines. Okay. Whew, we're good. We're good. It's just Delta.
AA, Dave, we need to talk. It's not that A, it's American Airlines.
Wrong. It's a
But that's on the other side of this card.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, jumping in here on Fathom CTF, as I misspoke earlier, it was actually Czech 6 who were so dominant on this as they rebutted against Era when they were down 2-0 in the series. So Str8 Rippin, they're going to have to get some sort of good start here because if not, we're going to see Czech 6 possibly run away with the early flag cap.
This is going to be a great series, guys. I believe this is the grand finals match of Legendary Cup number 2 here. We're facing off in the elimination bracket in Legendary Cup number 4 in the elimination finals as Ace is going to get dropped. So we're going to switch on over to Baby J and see what's going on this side of the map. Arctic, he's going to find a kill onto the knock side. You can see Demon D, he picked up that camouflage flame. Should be an easy kill there for Baby J, and it is. He finds that one, but it's fairly weak for it. Demon D going to get the cleanup kill with that one. Still having that camouflage top center should be fairly valuable for the side of Czech 6, but the knock side clearing out Arctic, who was the furthest pressed up on the map for Czech 6. So Str8 Rippin with a solid defense to start, but good aggressive maneuvers coming out from Czech 6, and great job securing that railgun and camouflage for Demon D.
Yeah, defense is okay in temporary terms, but it felt like Str8 Rippin's been on defensive front for the last minute at least. It's just we haven't seen them really cross much of the 50-yard line. We saw calmly in the kind of third-person view trying to make his way across, but clearly was not enough. And that's one of the punishing moments right here that happens when you're playing too much defense is if you give a few deaths, it's an easy flag grab for the opposing team, and they're just able to run that across the map. But calmly, somehow getting all the way across the map, tossing the flag out and getting the recovery while it was on the porch.
Ace and commonly doing some big things. Now this flag is there for the taking if they want to go for it on the Str8 Rippin side. You do have Baby J fairly weak. A great job overextending, though, on the side of Check 6. That's going to get them a counter pull of their own. So while they're popping up on over towards the silo and baiting this flag, they're also pulling a flag of their own. So now they're going to hop up on the return.
Oh!
Great stick from commonly, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as Nated, he's going to find a kill, and that flag is still sitting there. You do see Nated flying in with the beatdown. A huge 1v1 happening is now it's going to be a 2v1 as Demon D is going to get that kill right there onto Baby J, and that should be enough for the return first flag, and it is going on over to Check 6.
Yeah, Check 6 showing that they're such a strong team here on Fathom CTF. That's always one of those beautiful moments when you've been playing with a team for a while and you just start to find that one game type or something that just clicks with your team where you all happen to be on the same page or you just happen to have it plays to your tendencies and it just goes well for your squad. And I have a feeling that might be Fathom CTF here for Check 6.
They seem to have the strategy under control, especially the initial spawns where they did get a solid advantage here to start. Arctic, he's going to get the second railgun in a row here for Check 6. Demon D had it last time with the camouflage. 2 players on the player outlines right there. He's going to drop commonly. The other player, I don't believe even saw him as he was jumping up right in front of him. That's going to be, I believe, Denoxide getting the kill, but that was an easy kill a little bit earlier before commonly ended up getting dropped.
Yeah, and right here, Check 6, 3 members falling down. I want to see how Claim reacts to the situation. Unfortunately, he gets spotted out, but not in bad position right now because Str8 Rippin are in a tough, they have to make a tough choice right now. Do we go back and clear out Claim, or do we try to ignore him and he might have a chance of flanking us? So they clearly just ignore him as they go for the flagpole, and it comes back to bite him as commonly falls from top center. And now Claim went from a situation where he was last one alive to now be in the most powerful position on the map, helping his teammates off their spawns.
Nated came off spawn. Arctic, he's alive as well. Good 2-shot beatdown, or good double beatdown, excuse me, right there from Claim onto Ace. Another player down below him. Still a 1-0 lead here for Check 6, but they're looking for some more blood as Arctic finds a kill onto Baby J. Claim still alive over here top center. No power weapons, no power-ups coming, so it's just going to have to do with his pistol as he is rocking that CLG skin over there. A little bit of a throwback back to when CLG, before they became Optic Gaming, and before that roster became Optic, they were still doing it big as CLG is Claim, trying to do it big with that back smack right there onto Ace. Has a great flank right here to push in and try to run this flag. All they have to do is clear out Denoxide. There's one more player alive for Str8 Rippin on over towards the pit area, and I believe he gets dropped as well as Nated finds one onto commonly, but a little slight hesitation there, Dave, with the flag, and he gets dropped for it.
Yeah, it was Denoxide buying a lot of time right there, and once again, another great defensive maneuver from Str8 Rippin, but that seems to be the common theme that we've been calling out this entire game about great defensive plays from Str8 Rippin, because it just seems like this entire time we've spent Check 6 just putting pressure in on the red base.
That's for sure. It's because they're doing such a good job of overextending, but at the same time, Demon D, he's done a great job of controlling the flow of the power weapons and the power-ups. Picked himself up another railgun, and that's the 3rd railgun in a row off the spawn that Check 6 has been able to find. So commonly trying to make some moves over here is now Str8 Rippin finally getting a railgun of their own. Ace is going to get that one. Denoxide gets a kill onto Demon D, and commonly he's going to have to push because he doesn't want to choke those silo spawns. So if he pushes, that's going to allow for players to pop up where he originally was coming from, and they've already done that, and they've already overextended. So a 3-on-2 happening, make that a 3-on-3 on over towards the CS side of the base. Flag being pulled out from commonly. Commonly extremely fast with this flag, but Demon D has a big flank. Ace there to respond. Great job over there by Ace as he picks up a double kill, but there's still 2 more players to clear out as they are flying back over there. Nated, he's 1 shot. Baby J going to find the kill onto him. Commonly getting the wingman medal. Flag still alive. They're going to get the return. Baby J helping with that one as commonly he's going to answer the call 1-1. Str8 Rippin tying this series up, or tying this game up.
Yeah, commonly and Str8 Rippin just showing a perfect example of how to take a flag back but not just force it or fumble or make mistakes. They took their time every step of the way. Right from the get-go. They dropped it in the window, let a couple members of Check 6 jump out towards their yard as they punched them, got those kills. And once again, he stopped when he was about halfway there to get that kill on Demon D, and as he was no shields, he just kind of tossed in his yard and used it as bait. There's that player that's just sitting in his base that's just wasting time, 3 or 4 seconds, as commonly just tossed that flag out. So great job just taking their time, and they just cleaned up every single kill, just classic baits and switches.
That was a really nice job from Comley and the Str8 squad, but Arctic came and flew in there with the perfect shots to go and clear out his silo, and this is what they've been doing very well on the side of Check 6. Big 1v1 happening. Commonly, he's not in a great spot right now, but he does have the shots. Denoxide coming in with the cleanup. Ace trying to get the last guy alive. That's going to be Demon D inside of the flag. Can he find the kill? He does. Ridiculous shots coming in from Ace, but that flag didn't get very far. Just a little baby toss right there into the window coming in, as that was really just buying time for the rest of his teammates to go and get positioning on the map, and they most likely throughout all of that pick up the camouflage. Just not sure who that could have been.
Yeah, possibly, but one part that's a little confusing is just looking at these player outlines. I noticed that the two members of Str8 Rippin, not a single one of them was top center. Like, they were all kind of in lower positions. Great collapse, though, from Str8 as they pushed 3 members in on the flag. That's also one of the toughest positions to be in, is to get in the base and get that flag out. But as they're putting that sort of pressure over the Check 6 base, we saw Nated grabbing that flag and running about halfway across the map. So Str8 Rippin's got their attention diverted now. It's like, all right, do they go still on the offensive, try to get a flagpole? Do they stop this flag attempt first? What do they do next?
That's a big kill right there, and Demon D's in position to go and get the cleanup onto Baby J, bottom center. That should be a flag return for CS, and I'm not sure if Commonly's going to be able to do this back at their base. That is not going to happen. 2-1 in favor of Check 6. Big missed opportunity there for Str8 Rippin. They had the railgun. Ace ended up whiffing on that one, and then they get punished for the positioning on the rest of the map. Baby J is not able to land the shots or the strafe against Demon D's light rifle. He's going to drop him. Shields are charging as he makes his way back on over towards the treehouse. Checking for players on over towards top center, but Commonly's a little bit delayed on his push as he's going to go and push up with that grenade. That should show where Demon D is as well. Demon D against Commonly. Commonly going to win that one with the battle rifle as Ace going to pull this flag. Good bottom center run if he can hit the corner here. Has to hit this thrust, but ooh, tosses it away down towards the pit. Not sure about that one.
Yeah, and it looked like a couple members of Str8 Rippin actually were in bottom center, ready to kind of help rally that one back and give support. So maybe a bit of miscommunication, or maybe Ace thought he had a quite different angle from someone shooting him in the back and thought that was the best route to go. But look at this great bait on the flag itself. Denoxide chilling out top center, getting that back smack, laying down some more damage. I think that flag is still moving across, and that's going to be a tie game now, 2-2.
Wow, are you kidding me? They somehow keep that flag alive, and I was a little bit worried to see no one go for it at first, but then you saw the plan coming into effect. It was Denoxide with the bait. He wanted to make that flag his own and then come around and go with the back smack on the player top center, go and become a meat shield for the players that were running the flag. And now Baby J with some fancy maneuvers, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive with the camouflage. He picked up the last 2, so that's a good sign for Str8. But when we look at this game, Dave, it's been back and forth. First cap going on over to Check 6. It gets responded and then responded right back on again. So if it keeps going back and forth like this, history tells us that Check 6 should be putting in this third and final flag cap.
Yep, if these teams are playing with honor, they'll let them grab the next one because it's their turn. Should be the next cap for Check 6, but we're going to see as both teams pulling out a flag here. Commonly getting his slightly further, I would argue. Looks like this could probably be a dual return from both sides, but Demon D kind of in a sticky situation as he's met with a couple members of Str8 Rippin, but plays it calm, cool, and collected as he gets a double kill on Ace and Denoxide, just laying out a few more shots. Now this is a tough situation. Demon D going in for the last second recovery, gets it, and now his team is primed to get this flagpole.
Wow, that was so close, just a sliver away from getting that touch. Unfortunately for Str8 Rippin, not able to do it. Demon D with the killing spree, going big towards the tail end of this game, and now you can see Claim. He's made it inside of the base. Is he going to be able to get the kills that he needs, though? Has Commonly no shields. Interesting challenge. Could it pay off for him? Ace coming in there with the cleanup. He had a feeling that he was going to get double team maybe from behind, so maybe that's why he challenges there in that situation. And again, that's kind of that internal clock that these pro players have clicking. Is a lot of times you'll go and you'll see an opportunity to get a kill, and if you can get that kill, that could be your escape route, the player that you just ended up taking out. But sometimes, a lot of times, actually, a player is coming in around responding to someone that just gave away your position. So not going to get into that challenge a little bit too much and hit on him for that, because again, that is just one of those plays that you can get those shots in and immediately get out. And then when you go and you win a big battle like that, Dave, it kind of sticks with those players for the rest of the series.
Yeah, anytime you take a death where you assume you're going to have help or someone just comes flying out you and you feel like you don't have any time to react, you just start to question things. And, you know, it's the people who don't hesitate. Those are the teams and players that are going to be much more successful in this game. That doesn't mean wildly jumping out and challenging every single time, but whole point is find your decisions that you're going to make, commit to them, and just stick with it. Don't question yourself. You can overanalyze outside the game, but once you're in the game itself, you should just be seamlessly playing. You should know, all right, I'm okay to challenge here and there. You should never beat yourself up over a couple mistakes here and there. Halo is a game where people are going to make dozens and hundreds of mistakes. I mean, I've never played a perfect game of Halo yet. And I don't think anyone else out there has.
You never got a perfection medal?
I've gotten perfection medals, but in my eyes,
according to the game, then that was perfect.
In my eyes, I've made countless mistakes in every single game that I've played. I could have done something slightly better, slightly different, slightly faster. But yeah, in the end, like I said, you can't be beating yourself up in the moment about that.
10 seconds left, and it looks like we're going to be going into an overtime stage. And if you guys are unfamiliar with overtime, well, it's pretty simple. With 3 minutes added to the clock, and in this situation, in a 2-on-2 game, the next flag capture will win. So here it is, guys. We now hit that 3-minute time. Add that to the clock, and let's see what happens here. As you do have Str8 Rippin with the top center advantage, but now it could be going down on over towards CS. As you saw the flank coming down, I believe that was Naded, but no, Naded's going to fly down away from top center in towards the Str8 Rippin base, and this is looking ugly for Str8. That's going to be all 4 dead.
Yeah, this is going to be tough, but same time, too, Str8 did a great job earlier playing defense. Baby J stepping up to the plate, taking out Claim and Demon D for a double kill. That's going to put a stop to any flag pull coming out from Check 6.
Really aggressive thrust coming in from Denoxide. Drops Arctic. Nasty shots on over towards the treehouse. Now Demon D and the rest of the Check 6 team playing some defense over here. Ace laying down some shots on the Demon D. He gets straight out right there from Claim. Good bait and switch coming in from the Check 6 squad, but they have to get top center control because you can see Commonly locking it down.
Yeah, Commonly's just been a force up there. Even the times when he gets shot in the back, you notice how he laid all those shots to the player at Forge, which I'm absolutely certain helped get that double kill from Baby J, which stopped the third and potential final flag capture. So right there, Ace getting the hit marker, going to create a good opportunity for his teammate and himself to push in over at the Check 6 base, but that's going to be a trade, and trades are not what you want when you're at the opposing base.
Arctic's the last guy alive. Looks like he's no shields fighting Commonly. Commonly's going to find the kill, but it does end up in a trade overall. So good job from Arctic clearing out the base right there. 1.5 minutes left on this clock for one of these two teams to go and put one onto the board. If we're not able to find that third and final flag cap, we will be going into a full map replay, guys.
Yep, full map replay for this first time around. I'm assuming we won't see another one, but we will. I've also been surprised before because Fathom, I would argue, compared to any other maps and game types, this is the one I see overtime on the most.
Yeah, for sure. It's just how hard it is to actually get these flag captures. So many times you'll get in this situation right now, like Str8 Rippin is in, where you want to go and you want to fly into this base, but whether it's an overextender like right now, or a guy top center like Naded, or a guy camping inside of the base, it makes it so difficult to do. And interestingly enough, Naded is going to fall back and fly off a top center.
I don't know about that one. Maybe he just felt a little too concerned about someone's base and realized while they had the numbers and while they had the advantage, make sure they kill that last player in there, because this is probably the last opportunity for someone to get it.
Be safe than sorry in that situation.
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
that was a little too safe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in that case, he could have possibly gotten a little aggressive next and tried to go for some sort of flagpole, and that's what Arctic was trying to do. Calmly punched them with a perfect kill. And that's one of the dangerous things that can happen here in some of these overtime games. Sometimes players just get in this aggressive mindset like, well, you know what, I would rather see if we can get a time or a third flag cap to win it rather than just tying this out. But in that attempt, in that effort to try to get that third cap, sometimes you might give up a couple slays and possibly set yourself up for a counter cap.
All right, Commonly, he's just grabbing this flag for the sake of grabbing the flag. No flag cap's going to happen there.
We're not counting that one on the stats. When we look at these stats, it's Commonly's flag grabs -1.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Like what the thought process was, guys. We're going into a full replay here as we take a look at the stats. 2-2, 15 minutes and 17 seconds overall.
Not bad. 3 flag grabs for Commonly. So.
Yeah, 3 flag grabs. 32 and 17. 34 and 31, 30 and 27, 26 and 22 overall for the Str8 Rippin players, 26 and 33, 25 and 28 for Claim. Arctic sitting at 25 and 30. Then you have Naded 21, 20 and 31. So Str8 Rippin outslaying Check 6 there, but still seemed like Check 6 was doing a great job controlling the beginning and middle of the game. I think it's safe to say that towards maybe the middle and the end of the game, that's when Str8 Rippin went from 2-1 to tying it up 2-2, and then it looked like potentially they could have got something down towards the very tail end of that game, but just not enough time.
Yeah, and it felt like one of the Str8 Rippin flags that they ran back was well constructed, just baiting that the entire time. One of the other ones I had no idea how they fully captured is that one that Ace kind of tossed towards bomb center. We're like, oh, that's kind of a dead cap. Like, we don't see anyone in position for that yet, but it was Denoxide doing great bait and switches, and Str8 Rippin off to the best start I think we've seen them here on Fathom CTF. That was incredible, getting 3 right off the gates, and Baby J with camo / railgun. I'm not sure if he got a hit marker there. It looks like he took about half shield off Naded. No, Naded was actually over in the base, so never mind. Either way, though, Baby J doing a great job controlling this top center, getting that double kill, and this should be a great opportunity for Str8 Rippin to push in on check 6 base.
They need to drop Arctic before Arctic can take a player down to no shields, or at least get the kill onto the flag guy. But Baby J, he's a huge distraction right now with this camouflage. Denoxide trying to stay alive as long as possible as this flag capture is going to go in 50 seconds. And just saying, where was that flag capture towards the last end of the game?
Could have saved us a little bit more time
Maybe
here.
A little bit more time.
Just ended a bit earlier, but no, that was a great start from Str8 Rippin. Last time at the very start of Fathom CTF, we saw them being so defensive. It was some great kills coming out of check 6, but in the end, we still never really saw any members of Str8 Rippin pushing out too far, taking control top center, and this beginning of this game has been quite different.
Naded doing a great job staying alive in front of the base. Ace with a solid grenade, but Naded with an even better grenade on over towards the silo. Now commonly gonna have to slow play, looking for some information. Doesn't see anybody on over towards the grenade area, so he makes his way on over towards the treehouse. Still not spotting anyone, as there a player is from check 6. Sprinting on over towards top center away from Commonly, so that's when Commonly is going to realize this is my opportunity to potentially run a flag. Ace is going to get a kill on a D2D. A player on the radar as well, just has to call it out for his teammate. He's going to run this one fairly far, gets it past the 50-yard line. Now it's up to Str8 Rippin to try to respond with the slays.
Yeah, if they can pick up a few of these kills, this should be a capture. Commonly did his part. Now it's time for the rest of the members of Str8 Rippin to pull their weight. I believe it's going to be a touch there. I'm not certain exactly which player that was. It had to have been either Commonly or Ace, I believe. Someone that just came right back up.
Commonly, Denoxide, Ace, or Baby J.
But either way, somehow eventually rallying that flag back in for the second capture in favor of Str8 Rippin. One thing that was brilliant about Commonly's play there was how he originally got that flank. His first step was he went towards the opposing treehouse, put some shots in towards top center, which is incredibly important because I've seen many people make that initial flank before and just go straight towards enemy flag and leave their teammates out to dry where they're just getting pelted from top center or collapsed in from silo and or elbow, and your whole team dies. Your flank really does no good. Whereas he was there to kind of support while his team was getting shot at their own base. He distracted enough, and then he pulled that flag as Ace was picking up that first kill. So just all around great play and initial run from Commonly.
Here's another good run here, this time from Arctic. How far is he going to be able to get it? Has the railgun as well. Can he toss this to a teammate? Does he realize there's a player crouching on over towards the porch? The back smack could come in anytime. It's Baby J with the sneaky play on over towards the CS side of the base, and he gets the double with the return. Huge plays coming out from Mr. Hunterschlein.
And those are drastic game changers right there. It's one of those times where they thought they were getting their first cap in. They're about to get back in this game, and looks like it now may turn into a counter cap in favor of Str8 Rippin ending this one off. I'm not going to go to that player falling off the map, but even with the Denoxide going for a little bit of a swim, Str8 Rippin going 3-0 in the replay of Fathom CTF.
Oh my goodness. How different was that game from the previous replay? 3-0, as you just saw Str8 Rippin taking down check 6.
4 minutes.
4-minute game. There's not much room right there for check 6 to go and look at and say, hey guys, what was going on here? It was really clutch plays coming in towards the end, especially Baby J with that amazing, amazing assassination, grabbing that double kill as well, getting the return, and then maybe even tossing the flag out as well for the team to go and run.
I believe so. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened during that exchange. Outslaying only by 3 kills, you got outcapping by 3 flags, so incredibly objective efficient from Str8 Rippin, and it's kind of odd to see those drastic changes between 2 different games. I mean, we just saw those 2 teams slug it out that long in that first Fathom CTF, and it was one of those things where it's like, all right, yep, we're probably going to go the distance, or at least, like a 10-minute game or something like that, when it comes to those guys replaying again. But Str8 Rippin obviously learning from their mistakes and or adapting to Check 6's play style during Fathom CTF, and just I absolutely outplayed him there in that replay.
So Rig Slayer coming up next. I believe game number 3 was Empire Strongholds. Game number 4 has to be a CTF, and it didn't have weapons on it, so
I thought
most
it was
likely
Truth.
CTF Truth. And then game number 5, I think
Eden.
it was Eden Slayer. And Dave confirming it is Eden Slayer, so we will get this one underway here any second, guys. Rig Slayer waiting to get into observer mode, and then once we can
They have to allow us to get into observer
mode. Hey guys,
mode.
we want to watch. Let us watch. We're trying to cast here. I'm walking here. All right, so taking a look at how different game number 1 and game number 2 was, are you feeling like Str8 Rippin's warming up a little bit, or do you feel like it was just a really good beginning strategy? That they just carried on the momentum. What do you think happened there? Why such a big difference from game number 1 to game number 2?
I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with the aggression in my eyes, because when you're kind of playing to not lose, like you're just sitting back in your base, like you're more worried about like, all right, let's make sure we clear this person out of our base. Let's make sure we do this. And it felt like Str8 Rippin was not afraid to take calculated risks, especially when it came to like calmly pushing far across the map. Like plenty of other times at the beginning of Fathom CTF, the very first time we saw it around, you'd see all 4 members back at their base just trying to play defense, just stop and kill that flag person. And Comley had the right idea. He had a flank out already. Instead of just completely coming back and playing defense, he decides to shoot a couple shots top center and then run a counter cap. And those are so frustrating to play against. A situation when you're in control and you have teammates at the opposing base and they're about to pull a flag or grab a flag and you hear yours is pulled, it's like, wait a second, like, I got to go check that, right? Or do I go help your teammates? And, like, you just disorient the opposing team so much with a play like that. And Str8 Rippin, like I said, weren't afraid to take risks that time. It felt like the first time we saw them on Fathom CTF, they were just kind of playing scared or just like, oh, we have to have everything 100% perfect. We have to kill all 4 members here before we can move to the center of the map. Then we need to kill all 4 members again before we pull the flag. And that was not the case in the replay.
I was curious to see, and I can't remember how many power weapon kills they had, but if I can remember correctly, in the previous replay, it was Check 6 getting a handful of railguns, a handful of camouflages over and over again. I think they picked up like the first 3 or 4 in the beginning of the first replay, and then in that one you saw Baby J picking it up, getting the kills.
Baby J getting both of them right off the bat.
Yeah, so just, again, a lot of momentum in the way that they opened that game up, and then just very limited hesitation. You didn't see much second-guessing, great, decisive maneuvers over and over again, and that just comes from experience, right? Just from being in those situations over and over again, and maybe you haven't been in that exact one, but you've been in one similar to that before, and it's tough to be in a CTF Fathom replay, too, because a lot of times you go in, you're not up to playing that game type again, or you maybe like showed all of your cards and you're like, oh, well, guys, they know exactly what I'm going to do in the beginning here. So it's always interesting for me going into the replay. I know personally I never play as good in the second replay as I do in the first one.
You just feel like you already kind of gave it your all in the first one, and it's just like in certain cases you don't feel like you adapt as well, or you feel like
I'm like, if I wasn't good enough the first time around, there's no way I'm good enough the second time around. Nah. All right, guys, starting this one off on Rig Slayer here. Str8 Rippin playing from the red side. Check 6, the newest organization here into the Halo scene, but they've been around for a really, really long time. Old school organization back in the Counter-Strike days. 2-1 lead here for Str8 Rippin to open it up, but Nate had found the sniper rifle.
Yeah, so we'll jump on over with Nate and see what he's doing with that weapon. And looks like he's just trying to watch some lower flanks over near Engine 1 and eventually kind of rotating on over towards Catwalk. Any body shot like that can usually stop some sort of push, but Ace is just trying to power through it, and oh my god, Nated.
Ridiculous snipe from Nated. I believe that was Comley that he dropped right there. Now Nated going to rotate back on down towards bottom nest, hits him with the Spartan charge to get out of there, and the rotation is complete. Back down on over towards the SMG side. Player outline down towards bottom tower side. I'm not sure if that grenade is going to be able to connect. It's not, but he still has a feeling that a player is over there, and it's going to be the Nox side. The Nox side is showing just for a split second. There's the grenade hit marker. Should be able to call that one out to his teammate, but the Nox side doing a good job keeping his life and rotating back on over towards the snipe side. Ace finds a kill on to claim, but gets traded right back on out with that snipe shot from Nated. 6-7 here to start, and For Check 6, this is the kind of start that you're looking for. Getting the weapons into Nate's hands, a great start. Slowing it down here could give these guys a little bit of room to catch their breath from the previous game as well. And that's why you want to have the snipe in this man's hands. Ridiculous headshots coming out from Nate. We've already seen 3 this game.
Yeah, so one thing we've seen in the past is we've had players or notable players kind of take breaks and like come back. And in many cases, they haven't been to like their same tip-top form. Like sometimes they come back for a tournament and it's just like, all right, like they, they're not at their peak as we've seen them like in their best. Whereas something like Nate watching right now, it's just like, dude, he's still just ripping faces. He's seemingly has kept his skill or possibly even gotten slightly better during his little break.
When you first saw him come back, it was a little bit shaky in terms of the mechanics and how fluid he is in the map movement and the flick shots and all the type of stuff that takes a while to come back from, obviously. And he seems to be right back, like you said, Dave, in that full form or maybe even a little bit better. And sometimes that break is exactly what you need. And we all know how mental this game can actually be here. 14-12, so which was a small little Str8 Rippin lead, now goes on over to Check 6, and we did see commonly burn the camouflage Nated. He's out of the sniper rifle ammo, so now he's going to have to revisit a different way to get kills, and now he's going to make his way on over towards the barrel side with the battle rifle Str8 Rippin, not aware of this flank at all. Yeah,
Nated just capitalized on that and pushing as fast as possible. In most cases, a lot of players aren't just going to be sprinting across the map. It's like, all right, I want element of surprise, but in many cases, if you come crashing with your teammates at the exact same time, it doesn't matter if they see your dot on the radar. And in that case, luckily, Nated was not spotting radar, but whole point being is he charged over there as fast as possible to get that flank on that snipe halting. You know they've practiced that before. Kind of a poor decision right there from Str8 Rippin Ace and commonly making their way on over towards the snipe, but they didn't realize that Nated was watching that the entire time. And it's the point of view that we should have been sticking on the entire time. Nated having himself one hell of a game, 4-kill lead here, and 11 shots left in this sniper rifle. Denoxide finds a kill on to Claim, and got to give credit to Str8 Rippin at least hanging in this one because they haven't had control really at all, especially once Nated got control of these weapons, but somehow they're still able to kind of hang right in there within arm's distance. Demon D falling off the map, that should help just a little bit, but Arctic was able to find a kill right there onto the Denoxide. But I like to see these games slow down here like this, Dave. Both teams playing it really smart, setting up around the objectives, which in this case is going to be the camouflage, which is popping up here in the next 15 seconds. So as soon as we see that, that's when a lot of action is going to happen on the map. Yeah, it looks like Hunter, a.k.a. Baby J, is down at that bottom sewer area, just trying to get control of it, at least control of that area before it comes on up. Right now, Nade's kind of in a tough position because on one hand, he wants to be over there, get an angle, help fight for that camo. Same time, too, though, he does not want to give up his strong positioning. Nated 2 headshots back-to-back, taking out players with that sniper rifle. Gets the killing frenzy with the sniper rifle. What a series of kills from Nated. Clip it, put it in the next Nated montage. Just ridiculous series of snipes coming out from Brett Leonard. Commonly now, he's going to try to respond, but Demon D waiting in the corners, in the darkness, creeping around with that scatter shot, getting a triple kill throughout all of that. Now Claim he's looking for some blood over towards the SMG side. You do have spawns on over towards the bunker for Str8 Rippin, which isn't ideal here considering the amount of pressure that's flying on over towards this BR side. Arctic finds a kill. Ace, he gets dropped. That's a 3-for-1 trade here as Nated. You did get the sniper rifle out of his hands, but you still have to deal with this player right here with the camo and the scatter shot. Yeah, Demon D just knowing how to collapse when they spawns. One hand, he's over at bunker side, putting some damage down, and then immediately pushing on over towards outside as soon as they get those kills, and they know they're spawning over at Carbine. So great spawn awareness and rotation, just catching Str8 Rippin off guard, not giving them any breathing room. In most cases, a lot of times, teams will get pressured off the spawn, get killed, and it's like, all right, now I spawn a bunker, now I can take my time and take it slow. But right now, Check 6 are just putting the pedal to the metal, just putting so much pressure on Str8 Rippin. Str8 Rippin's still in this one, but they're going to have to get something going here fairly soon. And as that happens, 3 are going to drop. Check 6 really putting the hurting on here towards the mid-game, going in towards the end game. Is Claim giving Denoxide the business, which was about 7 kills right there with 4 unanswered kills, ends up being a fairly significant lead. Camouflage popping up here soon. Claim still picking up kills. Finally, after 5 kills in a row going on over to Check 6, Str8 Rippin able to find one right there, but not sure how long it's going to be able to last as Ace is not able to get the kill on the Nated. Could have been a big kill onto the scatter shot player, commonly coming in with the trade, but
That's the big key word here, Dave. When you have this 12-kill lead, that's all you need to do is trade and just not give these guys the camo. Don't give them the sniper rifle, picking up a killing spree. That's always going to help as well. And now Str8 Rippin on the back foot here with only 7 kills to spare.
I believe they just killed Demon D right there, who had camo. But at the same time, too, it might be too little too late. I mean, down by 10 kills, it's such a tough situation, especially when they're getting all those trades like you were pointing out earlier.
This is the time to do it, though. They did pick up a couple unanswered kills. Baby J doesn't realize that players are popping up over down towards bottom nest, but Denoxide dropping to Demon D right there. That should give these guys confidence to now push on over towards the barrel side. So Baby J is going to have to hit some miraculous shots over here towards the back wall.
Yeah, and he's getting a little too much pressure. One thing about snipers, you want to create as much distance as possible. Nated was doing a really good job just catching those players over inside the map, but he still had a decent amount of distance between himself and the opponents. But right there, a questionable challenge against Claim, who takes out Baby J with that sniper rifle.
Just a smart play from Claim right there to expect the challenge and expect the bait and switch
True.
coming in. And a lot of times right there, that player could be distracted by the guy that was clambering up on over towards the back wall. But when you've played against the team, when you've played against the players, you understand tendencies. Also, you have that little, again, internal clock that's ticking to try to predict where players are going. But a couple of trades coming in as Arctic finds 2 kills and pushes in over towards the snipe hall to kill Commonly, who had the sniper rifle. So if there's any chance for a comeback there from Str8 Rippin, that little play right there from Arctic pretty much foiled that plan.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over. I mean, there would have to be some amazing play from Str8 Rippin to break this one out, because somehow they have to get the sniper out of Arctic's hands. They have to break this setup without giving up really any deaths, get control of that sniper, and then translate that into 10 kills, all while not giving up 2 kills. So I find that really tough to believe that that's going to happen, but we'll see what Str8 Rippin can do, as we do have 2 kills picked up from Str8 Rippin. Ace, Baby J, and Commonly all pick up their own kill. They now found Arctic. He's outside. They're chasing down near sewer. Arctic wisely jumps that sniper off the map. Does not want to give them any more ammunition to this fire. This is going to be a really tough one still, though. Like I said, they did that about as perfectly as you expect. They got 4 kills unanswered, but then Demon D and Nated close out this one 50-44.
That's again why that play was so big on over towards the snipe hall, clearing out Commonly with the sniper rifle, going back and grabbing that one. 3 of his teammates died right after that, and then he ended up falling as well, having to jump that sniper rifle off. As we take a look at the kills, deaths, and assists, there are your stats. Claim 16, 1, and 13. Looking pretty solid across the board, but the big play was Nated with that killing frenzy, just dropping headshot after headshot after headshot. Ridiculous game from him. So now we move into a 1-to-1 series. Game number 3 coming up is going to be Empire Stronghold, CTF Truth after that. Eden Slayer is your game number 5. The way that this series is going out, I wouldn't be surprised to see it get on over towards that. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these Nated snipes if we can pull up that replay.
Yeah, he was just doing so much work this game. It was unbelievable. Every single time we're just... It's also not these situations where he's just hitting great shots. It's like he has pressure almost every single one of the situations. That no-scope on Commonly right here are not as great of examples since he's just picking people off from the side, but this impressive triple... I'm going to call it an official triple kill / Top Gun / killing frenzy here, as we saw Nate just doing so much work here.
Yeah, that was the little clip right there. That last little no-scope right there onto Baby J. And those weren't easy shots to hit at all, so Nated coming into full form here. Empire Strongholds here, though, is game number 3 again. These guys trying to win this series so they can go in. And these guys are already in the elimination bracket, so we're no longer in the winner's bracket, guys. Both of these teams have fallen. I believe both of them actually lost to Era, who is the team that is waiting into that upper bracket, into that grand finals matchup, where if they do go and make it out of this, have 7 games to go and try to take down Era in that first best of 7, and then they have to win that, reset the bracket, and win another best of 7. So overall, that means that 2 games have to be won here in this series and 8 games overall. So between Check 6 or Str8 Rippin, 10 games have to be won in order to be the Legendary Cup number 4 champions.
Yeah, and so these squads have their work cut out for them, especially with Era playing so strong when we saw them in the winner's bracket finals. But here comes a chaotic game type as we jump on board with Baby J here on Empire Strongholds. I like these starting nades. I want to see where those land. Will those land right on like the turbines? That's at least what it looks like to me. But great job by Baby J, not getting too panicked, even though met with 3 members of the opposing squad, as he just sits back, picks off Nated, who burns that overshield.
Big fight happening right here. Can he stay alive? He does. Drops in. Claim going to get cleaned up there from Ace. That ever-important bottom middle pit area goes on over to Str8 Rippin, but side base is still yet to be captured. Baby J currently locking down blue. Most likely a player going on over towards red as well, but no, red is going to be answered by check 6. So there it is, Str8 Rippin now entering with their first setup here and getting their first points onto the board. Baby J is going to spot numerous players. That should give a lot of information on over towards Str8 Rippin. Has to be careful though, because that guy is looking for him on over towards the alley. Still a little bait and switch going on, the information flying on over, and the trade going on over as well. Good job by both Nated and Baby J in that scenario.
Yeah, just both of them kind of playing this cat and mouse game, realizing that they know someone's over near that red platform, or I should say blue platform, and just not want to reveal themselves or give up their hands too easily. So like Baby J just predicting that Nade's going to try for some sort of flank. And I love the kind of cat and mouse fights that we now have the ability to have with the enhanced radar.
That first setup is not lasting long enough from Str8 Rippin though. They're trying to respond here on their own, but Denoxide, he's not flying in there soon enough, and that's not going to be enough contention coming in. Great stick, but still not getting the objective done, and that's been the problem so far here in these Strongholds games for Str8 Rippin. They've looked pretty clean on these Slayers. They've looked pretty clean, especially in the CTF games, but not able to put it together yet so far when there are these plots on the map. You gotta be careful right now, because if you're CS, if you're check 6, and you get this setup cleared over towards the pit, that should be able to give you this overshield and the camouflage. So that's coming up around the 48-second mark, which we did see Denoxide help burn that one, or Baby J, excuse me, help burn that one before, as we now switch on over to Denoxide to see what he has in store. So there's the pit, and it looks like Str8 Rippin, instead of going to go, they're going to go towards the pit instead of going for that overshield and going for the camouflage. So that's always an interesting strategy too, is instead of going for those power-ups, you go and you get the objective and then hope that either you pick up the power-ups after that or that the other team makes a misplay with them.
Yeah, and I don't see overshield on our spectator mode at the moment, so I'm wondering if it got burned or someone grabbed it and just met too much force right away and just kind of got it melted really quick. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with it, but we're just going to assume that got grabbed sometime around like the 9:35, 9:40 mark again.
Some more pretty big deaths coming in from Str8 Rippin, but they're starting to fly into the pit right there, and I think they got the reset. Str8 has to be careful, but all 4 dead right there for check 6, and we've seen it happen pretty often where Str8 will have the setup, they'll have a fresh 4 alive, and then all of a sudden a guy overextends or a grenade gets, takes him down or anything at all. Right there is a different scenario where you go and you trade kills. That's
Trades are okay.
Completely acceptable. Ooh, nice shots there from the Denoxide now, looking for the triple kill. Not able to find it. Demon D going to answer that. Commonly now with the flank, and this is interesting. Str8 Rippin now pushing for this triple cap, but it's not going to be a triple cap very long because blue base is going to be responded over there towards check 6. So here it is, right after this blue base is captured from check 6, Str8 Rippin immediately going to expect to push outside or down towards the pit. So we'll see what the answer is. Yeah,
and I like Conley's decision right here to go out where his teammate is, because in the end, anytime these players capture one of the bases, they're probably not just going to split up and go ram directions and not be together. They're probably going to be going in pairs, in numbers, and so I like how Conley goes out to where one of his teammates is so that he can match fire with fire.
Kind of a slow push from check 6. It seemed like they wanted to go and do a flank. Maybe that was Claim coming around and made his way maybe through the pit all the way over towards that red fan area, but as much as you want to take your time and get all 4 alive coming here in Empire Strongholds, it's not one of those game types like an Eden or a Plaza where, or even a Rig, where a really smart 4-man push is going to do something. You kind of got to fight your way out of it and expect some good things to happen there. And now that they've slowed it down, Overshield does get burned, and Str8 Rippin continuing to accumulate a handful of points. Baby J out of position as they are capturing the pit here. So that's a big opportunity for Str8 Rippin missed out on, and check 6 can take full advantage of it.
Yeah, anytime you push players out of that region, anytime you push them too far outside or push them too far into security, you might as well take advantage of it, and that's exactly what check 6 did. They decided that, all right, even if we don't have all the slays we need, a couple people out of position is the same as them being dead.
Who is staying alive over there? Are you kidding me? Now Demon D's on the hunt looking for Ace. Ace not able to turn the corner. Commonly the last guy alive. Triple cap was in effect for Str8 Rippin, but wow, that ended fairly quickly. Only able to rack up about 8 to 9 points right there throughout all of that time. And now check 6, they're pushing a triple cap up their own. So Ace, he's trapped out here over towards the blue side, and you can see there is a player on over towards security laying down damage, but security, there's no strongholds over there. So now they're gonna have to push in, get one of these bases. control some real estate here on Empire and start getting control of the map, because triple caps can get very scary very fast on this map.
Yeah, you don't want to blow that lead that Str8 Rippin's worked the last 2 or 3 minutes for. They've built this up for so long, and you don't want to just allow them to get a triple cap for 30 seconds or 45 seconds, just diminish it, and that's exactly what's happening, unfortunately, for Czech 6. Czech 6 right now are just constantly holding on to this, and Str8 Rippin doesn't really have any chance to grab any of the strongholds at the moment. I strongly disagree with going for bomb center right off the bat, because you should just go on the side bases. Anytime you go on the side bases, as long as you have more people, you're almost guaranteed for success, whereas Pit is not the same. Pit, you can throw 4 people in there and sometimes not see success.
Very ugly turn of events for Str8 Rippin. Demon D finds a double kill. Now Baby J is going to have to clear out this base, because that's going to be another triple cap, and it is. There goes the flank around over towards the outside area. Pitch is coming in over towards security. More people in front of the base as well. Looks like Baby J is going to be done for as Naded. He's going to pick up the overshield, and the way this game is just turned on its head, it looks like Czech 6 is going to be able to take this game. I mean, still plenty of time left, but Naded, he's in such a dominant position right now. The rest of the players are advancing on the map. They are not slowing down, and Str8 Rippin is slowly but surely falling apart here towards the tail end of the game.
Yeah, Empire can be one of those frustrating ones as soon as another team gets control. Like, you can have some ideas of what kind of push you want to make together, but it's really tough because you don't have the same luxury as something like Plaza, where it's like, all right, we're going to have these exact cross angles because people are generally going to be over at top gold in these spots. Like Empire, people can be anywhere. They can constantly be putting on pressure, going through your front window. They might be over at security, and it's just there's really no exact set blueprint on how to always be successful in breaking the setup.
That should be it. The triple cap's still in effect. Players in the pit for Str8 Rippin, but that's all she wrote. Defeat coming in onto the screen, 100-62. Looked like they're going to potentially be able to capture that side base, maybe capture the pit, but a smart heads-up play by both of the players, whoever they were. I think Naded over towards the side base and another player down towards the pit, contesting that, realizing if they just throw their bodies into that pit, that should be more than enough time to go and buy. And it looks like at the slays, Str8 Rippin outslayed heavily. Not heavily, but when you look at how many slays they weren't getting towards the tail end, they had that game pretty much wrapped up towards that halfway mark. And then all of a sudden, they have a triple cap. They lose the triple cap. They lose the pit as well, get reverse triple capped on. And then the triple cap really never stopped for a good 70 points.
Yeah, that was the most frustrating part for me watching Str8 Rippin drop that one there, was because it's not like Czech 6 dominated the majority of the game, the majority of the time. It was just towards the end, and when they did get that trip cap, it took so long for Str8 Rippin to stop that bleeding. Empire in my eyes, happens to be one of the easier ones to kind of stop that bleeding. It's like, just send everyone towards the base. Unless they have like the perfect spawn trap where they have you always spawn in security and they have this perfect setup and pinch and cutting you off and like not letting you get to like alleyways to get over to the opposing bases, that's a different scenario. But that's not the spawn trap that we saw Czech 6 have. They didn't really have any sort of spawn trap. It just felt like Str8 Rippin would kind of push to a couple separate strongholds or a few different ways, and it felt like every single time they were getting out-rotated. Generally, when you're off the spawn, you should be able to all get to a base faster than they can rotate and get over towards blue base or red base. Yeah, but again, really, Czech 6 did a great job collapsing immediately.
Yep. And you're saying a lot of times, you can do that, but they were pulling off miraculous plays that really just clutched it out. And there was nothing that Str8 Rippin really could have done about that. When I look at, for example, when they were capturing blue base and Arctic flies in there, and I think he got a double stick. And that's just unheard of. Or when there was one player from Str8 Rippin fighting 2 guys that were no shields right in front of him. Those kills, that was just a momentum-based kill going on over to Czech 6. They just got the momentum going on their side. They had some team shooting going on. That's a kill that most likely that player from Str8 Rippin is going to clean up the first guy, maybe clean up the second guy, but instead couldn't decide who they wanted to kill. The team shot flew in instantly because they're just flying on that momentum. And now they go into CTF Truth, which is another game type where you can constantly just fly and carry on that fast-paced communication compared to maybe a map like Rig, even though they won Rig, which things will slow down just a little bit more. But Truth, again, very hectic. And if these guys are communicating like they were, I'm sure, very hectic in Empire Strongholds like they were here, then they should be able to get a good position to try to put themselves into the grand finals.
Yeah, I think Str8's mindset right now has to be, all right, slow this down right off the bat. Clearly don't keep this crazy fast momentum that Czech 6 were thriving in. going at the very beginning of this game. Like, slow it down, get some slays, get your grip on this game first before you just let things get out of control. But look at this pressure right away. Arctic going up in the attic of Str8 Rippin. Instead, he opts to go down low, see if he can pick off Comley, who went towards Bomb Car, and Comley ends up taking out Arctic.
Demon D has this camouflage, though. He was spotted by Ace, and Demon D just such a sneaky player, but unfortunately for him, not going to be able to do much with that camo. As you can see now, he's pushing over towards top center, and whoop, was pushing out top center, but a big gust of wind.
Yeah, just
Denoxide
slipped
only
through the
weighs
crack.
about 150 pounds wet, so any type of gust of wind is going to really flow him off the map.
So Denoxide at least doing a good job pushing across the center here, laying down some damage. Sometimes the best defense is taking up more ground on the map, and that's what Denoxide did. I think it's super important anytime you want to get out of your bases to get one other side angle, someone who can lay down shots when someone goes out front of your base, or at least put some sort of pressure, a secondary angle on a spot like Pink 2 or top center. So I think it's always incredibly important to get someone outside the base, because just to defend your flag doesn't mean you and every single member of your team has to have direct vision of the flag spawn point. It just means that you need to be on support of spots that people might be pushing in from.
All right, flag is currently being pulled down towards Pink 1. Very fast run here. The flag return coming in as well. Str8 Rippin in a great position to go and put this flag in, but the Denoxide stopped just a little bit short. Does have some resources behind him. Looks like they're going to go in.
Oh.
That flag does get put in, and while that's put in, fist put into Naded's head as well. Ground pound possibly coming in for Arctic. Great fight happening over towards the side. Denoxide starting to heat up a little bit. Killing spree a minute and 50 seconds into this game, and Str8 Rippin off to the early lead.
Yeah, whether Denoxide intentionally or unintentionally decided to not run that flag in immediately as he dropped it towards his window side, it ended up working out better. Those members of Check 6 who jumped in through the front window or jumped in from car side, they ended up still focusing on that flag or panicking because that flag still had not been captured yet. Had that flag been captured, you're sure that they could have taken things a little bit slower, maybe focused on slays and their surroundings a bit more. But clearly Denoxide capitalized on it.
Denoxide with the heads-up play there, definitely giving them a big advantage here in this game, but Comley trying to find some more advantages here. He was busted. He was spot out. Eagle Eyes.
Eagle Eyes starring Shia LaBeouf and Arctic, am I right?
But Comley has this flag underneath the base. He's still going to grab this one and run it. There's a player P2, though. Is he still aware that that's the last guy alive? It's going to be Demon D. Demon D slowing it down just a little bit, but commonly has help coming in the form of Baby J. He also has his own shots. Perfect shots right there onto Claim. 2 members alive here for Check 6. It's going to be Naded with the clutch shots and the grenade down towards Car 1, dropping the flag guy. It's going to be Arctic now dropping Ace as well. Denoxide with a big kill on Naded, but commonly just going to slow
I like this play. I like this play a lot.
Very smart play.
I think a less experienced player would have instantly sprinted back over towards their side Pink, tried to grab that flag and bring in themselves. And in the process,
player or me, definitely, I'm definitely lesser experienced, but still, I'd say 90% of the Halo community, maybe even more, would have went for that flag.
Oh yeah, for sure, because you just hear your teammates calling it out too. It's also just like that that peer pressure. People like, oh, we got the flag, run in, run in. It's like, no, the right decision is actually just to keep control. Let an opposing player try to jump on that return as you get that kill.
Yeah, the freak out call outs, those will always get you, man. That's why you always gotta pick and choose what type of tone of voice and the type of emphasis that you want to put on every single one of your call outs. As Ace, he's gonna drop Demon D. Looks like he's stuck underneath the base though, and not without much help either. So commonly over towards top center, that's the only reinforcements that he's gonna have. And commonly, I like that play. He was top center, but immediately flies in to help, advancing onto the map and drops Naded, gets a stick onto Arctic. That should mean to run the flag, and that's exactly what Ace had in mind. Denoxide, he gets dropped to Demon D. You do have the flag currently being pulled over towards the Pink side, but Naded, he gets the kill onto Baby J. So smart play from Ace. He's going to back off, continue to work with Comley. Not sure if you realize the player pushing over towards the face. But yes, Ace fighting over towards the face. Players pushing over towards the base. Trying to close this case. Can they do it?
Can they win this race? One thing that was, all right, you brought up the idea of players, you know, sometimes having those panic callouts. Did you have any teammates in the past that were like the worst at it? Because I have one person in mind on my team, like a player that I really like, good friend, but same time too, you know, Ninja would sometimes have those panic callouts that would make me make a few mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like I could have been one of those
You
guys.
were probably the person. Yeah, if you can't think of who it was, it was you.
Exactly. So unfortunately, I feel like everybody that's ever teamed with me is thinking that same exact thing right now. And now I just, want to curl into a little ball. Maybe kick a rock up and down Fremont Street afterwards. Great shots there from Nated to find the double kill. Now you're starting to see a little bit of Check 6 momentum as they fly into the Str8 Rippin base. And pretty rare run over towards the car side. And that's why, because it takes a little bit longer and you don't have nearly as much cover as you do on over towards the pink side. Much easier to grenade. And now commonly he's going to find a couple of kills. 2-on-2 scenario. Demon D's no shields. Commonly finds another one. They should be able to easily find Demon D, who was spotted out towards the bottom of the map.
That positioning was so incredible too by Demon D, just realizing he had that cover there from the opposite side, and instead of just focusing on that player who was at his back, I believe that was on pink side, he just turns around and fives a player at car 1 while keeping that cover from pink side. So incredible positioning by Demon D.
2-on-3 situation. Demon D, he's no shield, so he's waiting for those to recharge, as now Claim's going to go and hop onto that flag return. But while you're seeing, a solid back and forth game, you're not really seeing flags being pulled from Check 6 on over towards their side of the map, and that's been the big problem. And we've seen it happen towards the late game. Yeah, teams can turn it around and string together even 2 caps in the last minute or so, but I'm not seeing well-organized pushes or a good job of spreading out on the map. For example, right now you see Demon D, he's down low, Dave, right?
Yeah.
If he was maybe, say, top center in this situation, or, anywhere else, actually that was claimed, Don, if he was in a better position where he had better angles, where he could lay down more fire and have more cover, then that's the type of push that you need to see out of Check 6. Have a guy come in from pink side, have a guy coming in from top center, have a guy locking in that bubble. They're kind of just flying in there hoping for the best right now.
Yeah, it seems like unorganized pushes, and generally being in the high ground areas, being somewhere like you said, top center and pink, you can kind of dictate when you want to push in, whereas you're kind of committed when it comes to going down low. You have to have either the perfect timing, or if they push out on the other teammates, you really don't have many great options when you're down low like that. And I've always been a big proponent of telling people, like, get up higher position, get stronger ground, and it's so much easier to go from a high up position if you have too many people there and sending one person down for the flank rather than the reverse. When you have too many people down low, it's like, all right, how do we now get someone magically top center or top pink or top car? That takes a lot longer. Yep, do some boost jumps or something. But yeah, it's so much tougher to get up high rather than it is to get down low.
Now we have Baby J here working with Ace over towards the Check 6 side of the base. Demon D, he gets a big kill, big flank as well. He's going to find a double kill. Denoxide gets that kill onto Claim. Now Nated starts charging into the Str8 base. Arctic finds that final kill onto Denoxide. Nated's going to pull the flag out over towards the pink side. Big kill there from Commonly, but it looks like finally, for the first time, you see solid positioning right now from the Check 6 members. Ace getting big with the grenades, but I don't think they're going to be able to push on over towards the car side. The Nog side, he's going to drop. Flag capture going in. 3 minutes and 40 seconds, down 2-1. Haven't really had control majority of the game. I think Check 6 will take it.
That would be a bit of a heartbreaker for Str8 Rippin right there, as they got to such a strong start. And there's some of those turnaround moments that you talked about before that you can't dissect those too much when you see someone like Arctic get a stick like that. Like, you can't play too differently. But it is also so frustrating when it's like, all right, that should have been a guaranteed kill, and then I'm alive pushing my teammates, and now it's like an even 3v3 scenario.
Big damage from that grenade right there onto Demon D. Not sure if, I believe that was Denoxide realized that was the same player or if it was a different player. But now Demon D, throughout all of that, has a big flank coming in there with the grenade. Ace not aware that player's there, but someone dropping down immediately. Grenade, or melee, excuse me, is going to land. Ace coming in there with the cleanup. Arctic finding Commonly as well. But even if he doesn't find the kills right there for Demon D, that's still a nice distraction to allow your rest of your teammates to push on over towards pink side.
Yeah, he took half the team down to no shields. They're clearly not going to be able to make any sort of pushes up towards pink. That's going to buy at least another 5 or 7 seconds. And like you said, it's also just those opportunities to get those kills. Or you have outnumbering situations for the last member or two.
Nice kill from Commonly, but again, one of those situations where you're doing such a good job staying alive right there in top center that all you're doing is really buying more time for your team. And some missed shots there from Arctic. Commonly connecting on that last shot. 2 minutes left on the clock for check 6 to try to bring this one back. If we do get tied up again 2-2, same situation as we were in before. CTF Fathom, next flag cap would win in that overtime scenario, or it would go to a full replay.
Yeah, I like this play by Conley. Look at that. He just decides to not just go for a flank over at the opposing base. Instead, jumps towards top center, helps get those kills over at ping 2. Right now, the name of the game for Str8 Rippin should just be slaying. They don't need to desperate any sort of flag cap. They can't be too defensive, all just turtling up in their base and create an opportunity where they just give a few kills and give up a flag run. So all they need to do is just run around and outslay at this moment. It's going to be so tough, nearly impossible for check 6 to somehow capture a flag unless they have the slays to match it.
Interesting turn of events, flag standoff happening, and if you're check 6, kind of looking for this type of instance, really. I mean, you only have 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and you haven't been able to get much on the board, so this is really your opportunity to get something going. But a huge flank coming in from Commonly. He's going to find a double kill grenade in his face. He's going to be able to land that grenade for the triple kill. The return coming in, and the victory on your screen goes to the favor of Str8 Rippin. We're going to a game number 5, which would, I believe, be Eden Slayer here between check 6 and Str8 Rippin.
Great game from Str8 Rippin right there, just making sure that they extend their tournament lives right now. We've seen some ups and downs from Str8 through a lot of the Legendary Cups. More ups than downs, I would say, because of how many times they've been in the finals of the Legendary Cups and obviously walking away with victories in many of them. But right here, looking at Slays and Commonly putting on the performance, I think this is the best numbers we've seen him putting up in any of these Legendary Cups. I mean, that 20-10 performance in Coliseum Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
29-16 here on Truth Capture the Flag.
We've talked about a lot of players, and we've talked about a lot of players improving, and we're highlighting this kind of during the actual Pro League where, you know, I was giving a lot of props to Allentown, things like that. When I go and I look at these Legendary Cups and I see the way that these players are playing, we've already called out some of the players that were on the come-up, like the Jam IMs and things like that, that were really impressive. Definitely think Kratos has stepped up his game as well, but I honestly feel like Commonly is one of the more improved players, especially when he comes from a place where he's even won Halo 5 tournaments in the past. X Games gold medalist. He's placed very well when he was on Team Liquid as well. Now finds himself in a situation where he has the highest Halo 5 placings on his team. These are the type of performances that Commonly, you know, needs to be putting up. And when he goes and does it, it's really impressive because the style of play that he has as well. He's not, you know, padding the stats except for in the end of CTF Fathoms when he's going and padding his CTF flag grabs. But he's always, you know, seeming to put himself in good teamwork-oriented positions. So when you have a good teamwork-oriented player going and putting up ridiculous stats, that's putting yourself in a pretty tough situation.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that that's one of the toughest positions to put up big numbers. I put up a lot of big numbers in the death column playing this way before, but whole point being is Commonly's been doing a really good job. Like, he's not, like you said, the one sitting back and just clean up kills. He's, in many cases, being the aggressor, the one that starts the action, the one that finds some sort of kink in the armor and punishes for their small mistake that they have in their setup. And I'm not sure how he just finds those cracks and how he knows how to make those moves, but clearly he's super good at making those pushes, making those aggressive pushes, and kind of is like, I would guess, like kind of that playmaker for the Str8 Rippin squad. When there's like a standoff, I wouldn't be surprised if Str8 Rippin just kind of sits back and is like, all right, like we're going to see if they make a mistake or see if Commonly can sort of get some action started and then we back them up and follow it up.
Yeah, exactly, and you always want to have some sort of mover and shaker on your team, and what a start from Str8 Rippin off of the gates. 5-0 here to open up Eden Slayer. Now, you got to be careful of Denoxide with that sniper rifle if you're check 6, and commonly he's going to find a kill with the Hydra launcher, which is a decent, you know, thing to do here if you're check 6. Try to go and trade kills, but they're going to have to figure out how they want to take down Denoxide with this sniper rifle. That's the big key here. You do see the player outlines right now. A couple players over towards the security side, one player outside trying to land a couple of grenades. Denoxide not confident in his pistol, but he's confident enough in his sniper rifle, so he's taking that thing out. But he didn't realize that player rotated up to the actual sniper rifle spawn, so a good play by whoever that was, naded, but not able to respond with the kills. Now, Denoxide going to have to get this kill onto, I believe, Demon D. And if that is Demon D, that's going to be that is going to be Claim, excuse me. So Claim now is going to distract on over towards the blue platform side, which allows the rest of his members to push on over towards the catwalk. Denoxide not able to capitalize with that sniper rifle.
Yeah, and that's a little rough. I mean, clearly Str8 got to a great start, but they probably wanted to extend that as far as they possibly could. It was a little surprising where Denoxide just didn't completely rotate away with that sniper. As soon as he realized he was safe on Blue Bend, I felt like that was a little weird to double back towards Blue Base. So that could come back to bite them since Sniper is now in the hands of Claim.
All right, guys, taking a look at where Claim is setting up. Overshield popping up here any second. Going to turn off the player outlines for a little bit of suspense and find out exactly what we're seeing from Claim's point of view. He sees someone's toe. Maybe someone needs to clip their toenails, but either way, good job staying alive. Whoever that was over down towards the pit. Ace going to find a perfect kill onto Arctic. Responds with another kill onto Naded. Claim doesn't know what to do in this scenario, and he gets dropped immediately. Let's take a look back at the player outlines now and see where the rest of the players are spreading out towards off spawn.
Yeah, so although Check 6 had control of that sniper rifle, Str8 Rippin are the ones that come ahead at that 9:45 mark as they get control of that overshield and get the sniper in the hands of Baby J.
Let's find out what Baby J is doing. You do have Arctic, who I believe was fighting commonly with that overshield. Denoxide going to get that kill and clean that one up overall. Baby J still alive over here towards that blue window, but I'm not sure how much ammo he has in the sniper rifle. New sniper popping up in 10 seconds, and that's why you see him just kind of checking this area out. Interesting strategy from Str8 Rippin to control this catwalk area and let these guys roam outside. Not enough pressure over towards that outside blue area, which means that Check 6 is going to be able to charge over there. But in the entire time, they were watching that with the light rifle. So just trying to bait these guys out as Denoxide. He's going to drop to Naded with the Hydra launcher. Good snipe right there from Baby J. And you got to watch out for these guys on Str8 Rippin once they get the sniper rifle, because we've seen just how well everyone can really perform with this weapon.
Yeah, doing a great job, and you can see the comfort level that Baby J has right now. It's not like he's panicking about his back or his side. He has players that spread out enough, like they had control top catwalk and control Blue Bend, so he had no worries about someone sneaking up behind him. But now that a couple of his protectors have died, he now has to watch his own back and be a little bit more cautious.
Arctic finds a kill on the Denoxide right there. It looks like Commonly's caught out of position down towards bottom center, but Baby J, he responds with the no-scope beatdown. Has a player at the old sniper rifle spawn. Gonna be checking him out, but Ace finds another kill right there with the battle rifle, which forces multiple players outside right now for Check 6. Good setup right here for Str8. They just need to continue to add this pressure on and try to make this one unobtainable for Check 6.
Yeah, so if you're in Check 6's shoes, what do you do here when the opposing team has sniper at blue platform?
You have to just do what they're doing right now.
Just
overshield.
Just overshield it up and then try to make a move after that?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And they get it. So Claim picks it up right here, 25-11. Now the big key is looking at what Str8 Rippin's guns are. You have a sniper rifle player in Baby J. You have Ace there. He has the battle rifle and the light rifle. Baby J ripping off Demon D's face, and I believe that was the overshield guy as well. So throughout all of that, I believe Str8 Rippin trades 2 for 2 and maintains sniper rifle and map control. So a lot of times this is what you're seeing, Dave, and it's weird to see the teams give up the overshield that they have control, but a lot of times they're so confident that they're just going to melt that guy, and it is working out for them. However, what do you do, like you said, if you're the other team? What do you do to get back into this one? You have to formulate a plan somehow to take the sniper rifle out of Baby J's hands, because he's gone and almost used all of this ammo. They're doing what they have, available to them. They're taking the Hydra launcher. They're going for, the overshield. Whatever it is that they can get, they're going for it, but Str8 Rippin's kind of rotating around that, predicting what's going on, and then just picking them off right when they're trying to make their move.
Yeah, and when they're finally getting the kills, it's not at the greatest times. Clearly, like, if they are able to clean up Baby J here over at Blue Bend, it would help. It'd add another kill to the board, but that sniper's already out of ammo, like you said. It's kind of too little too late. Brand new sniper is what they really need to be setting up for, and at this point, 15 kill difference. So even if they get this full sniper and make use of almost all the bullets, it's not going to even close the gap.
Commonly gets a kill onto Demon D, but 2 kills went on over to Check 6 throughout all of that. A 3-for-1 trade, and they're going to need a couple more 3-for-1 trades to make up this 13 kills, which they're currently sitting down behind. But it didn't get too out of control. 13 kills, you can make it up, especially since they're only sitting at 34, but they're going to have to get it going here soon. As soon as it starts hitting that 40 kill mark, Dave, that's when things start getting a little bit scary. You don't want to keep trading kills and go maybe 40 to 27. That's not what they're looking for.
No, at this point, it's just got to be a game of like mitigation. They need to make sure they slow down their deaths, and Naded has sniper right now. So we saw him doing some work earlier on Rig Slayer. This could be another opportunity, but gets shut down by Baby J and company. Demon D luckily has that overshield, but we're going to have to see what they can do with it. I mean, Demon D needs to somehow close this gap and get this kill. There are 2 members of Str8 Rippin down right now. This is a perfect opportunity to put the pressure on.
Ace not able to connect that back smack. 11 kills now. Still not single digits quite yet, but Naded found that sniper rifle again. Now he's looking to rip off some more faces. Spawners everywhere over towards that red side. Naded looking for bodies, not able to find them. 4 members from Str8 Rippin over towards the red side. You can see 2 players over towards the outside right now for check 6. Another one trying to make his clamor on over towards the old camouflage spawn. And here it is, the setup coming in for check 6. The ever popular blue setup. Now we're going to see what Str8 Rippin is going to do. They've already started with a couple of plays, making their way on over towards the Hydra. Good grenade kill right there. Onto Arctic, the no-scope flying in for Naded. He's going to need a couple more no-scopes, though, because Commonly's flying in. So is Ace coming around the corner. There's the no-scope. It doesn't land. Ace with the beatdown. Now Ace looking for some more blood. He lands the no-scope right there. 2 players, no shields into the alleyway. Curious to see if Denoxide's going to challenge that, but they do have angles all over towards the outside and then again towards the pit area. 3 members again trapped over towards blue here on the side of check 6. If they can get one player on over towards the red platform or maybe flank around red, they could rotate the spawns and get something going here, Dave.
Yeah, they could, but it's going to be really tough. Right now, one thing I really like what Str8 Rippin's doing is they aren't just completely hiding and playing static. Yeah, they're not giving up and just charging and giving up easy deaths, but at the same time, too, one thing I think teams can do is they can get in too comfortable of a lead and they'll just like hide or turtle completely and not try to force any action and kind of play like this game of hide and seek where they get picked off one by one. And Str8 Rippin right now are all staying together as a team, still not afraid to shoot across the map. Even though Ace got picked off right there, they're still not afraid to pick and choose battles, which normally they would take.
That's big right there to take Naded out of scope and make him reposition, but he does get the Guardian Angel medal. 2 kills going on over to check 6. Not sure when that overshield was popping up, but it doesn't look like anyone grabbed it quite yet, and there it is. Demon D finding it. 9 kills to make up here, but 9 kills for Str8 Rippin to go and win this one. Demon D and Arctic finding a kill. Claim here still with the sniper rifle. He didn't spot the player rotating on over towards the alleyway, but he did actually, so he is out trying to outmaneuver this player and bait him out into thinking that he's still in that same vicinity. But it looks like Baby J not falling for it, slowing it down a little bit, and that grenade flying in is going to give up where Claim was sniping from. So now Claim's smart job relocating with the sniper rifle, and now the map has been flipped. Yeah,
that was a good preemptive rotation. He could have tried to stay there and hold his ground, but unfortunately gets caught off guard in red nest, almost picked off. That could have been tragic had he lost that sniper rifle there. But during that distraction, Baby J was able to get away with that sniper rifle. Now we might have a sniper duel.
Uh-oh. Good old-fashioned sniper duel. Claim with only 1 bullet. He's going to have to put it to use. Has a player right in front of him. Ace gets the back smack instead. A little too turtled in, or a little too honed in onto those kills. 5 kills, 2.5 minutes to go. Baby J needs to do something with this ammo. Maybe even toss this sniper rifle off if all things come down to it, and that's what he does.
That was a good play.
Smart play from Baby J, and I feel like if he didn't toss that out, things could have got a little bit ugly there for Str8 Rippin. It could have been a phenomenal comeback, and possibly still is here for check 6. 2 minutes and counting to make it work. 5 kills to make up 6 kills for Str8 Rippin to go and win this one.
Yeah, things have already been scary enough here, and adding a sniper into that mix would have not been great for the Str8 Rippin roster, so that takes a lot to jump off that last sniper of the game.
Off.
It is. It's you always want to like turn around, at least take the shot, or like, all right, I want to go down, and what if I hit the shot?
Well, say even if you do, you know, get a 2-for-1 trade or even a 3-for-1 trade, it still isn't even worth it because the amount of ammo that's still in that gun and the positioning that then the rest of the players from check 6 could potentially get is here's a big battle. Ooh, big melee right there from Ace onto Arctic. Are they going to be able to clean it up? Ace coming back and finishing what he started is looks like Overshield did go on over to Claim. He's currently getting melted outside. Ace not able to finish that kill. 47-42, 3 kills here for Str8 Rippin, 8 kills to go for check 6. Claim he did have a sniper rifle, but that thing was empty, so he dropped it. And now they're just going to have to deal 2 light rifles, 2 battle rifles. On the other side, you have a Hydra launcher in the hands of Commonly, battle rifle inside of the hands of Denoxide. Ace somehow living throughout all of that. Grenade flying in. Arctic going to be able to clean that one up. 2 players in security, 1 player on over towards the blue side. 1 minute left to go. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, this is one of those scary situations because right now it seems like check 6 are making some good ground back. But once you put the clock into the equation, things can go great or terribly. It's going to be one of those times where we're going to see if they can get this last collapse. And we've seen a couple epic comebacks, like in the Halo 3 days. I'm trying to think of like that Triggers Down related one on Pit that I remember from Online Scrim. Whole point being, though, is right now they have to make some move, and there's really no room for error in these situations. Right now, Str8 Rippin just has to stay alive, get a trade, and clock is on their side.
Here comes the first fight that we've seen in quite some time. It's going to be Nated finding one. Demon D finds another one, commonly answering with a kill. 47 to 48. Are you kidding me? It's
Arctic.
one kill to make up. Arctic finds a double kill. That was all 4 dead for Str8 Rippin. Going to try to find out where these guys are. Nated coming off. They need a kill in the next 7 seconds. Xenoxide being spotted out. A couple of players over towards the alleyway. That's going to be 3 players from Str8 Rippin all hugging the same area, and they die 50 to 47. Great try there coming in from Check 6. In the end, it just wasn't enough. Str8 Rippin, they're moving on to the grand finals to face off against Era.
Yeah, about as close as it gets in the final seconds of that Eden Team Slayer game. So props to Str8 Rippin as they're making, I want to say, is this their 4th appearance in the grand finals?
It is.
All 4 events, all 4 Legendary Cups, Str8 Rippin in the grand finals.
Making it to the finals, very impressive performance from them, and just a great overall Game 5, too. I mean, it looked like their comeback was potentially going to happen. We came off to this crazy scenario where it was, what, 48 to 4.